Okay, we're going to look at these multiplication questions again. Some of you struggled with some of these yesterday. These are probably the hardest multiplication questions I ever remember doing when I was in year 5. I really struggled with some of these, and so someone explained it to me in a much simpler way. So we're going to look at this question. This is going to be the first question that you'll get on your sheet today. 67 times 63. Now there is a quick and easy way of working this out without having to do any column methods. This is something that was done by the ancient Egyptians. What they would do was they would take an Amazon Alexa and say, Alexa, what is 67 times 63?
67 times 63 is 4,221.
Okay, so I can pop that in there now. 4,221. Done. Easy as pie. You might not have an Alexa at home though, so that will make it trickier. Also, it's not really teaching you the maths, isn't it? It's just giving you the answer. That's okay. I don't mind you having the answer to the question. Let's now look at how we get there. We know what the answer should be. It should be 4,221. Let's see how we get there. Now, the way you would have been taught back in year 4 was with one of these. This method will work every single time. What we do is we partition these numbers. So instead of 67, we'll have a 60 and a 7. And instead of 63, we'll have a 60 and a 3. And we'll notice these 60s here, they are 6s with a 0 attached to them. And that will make it easier. What we would do is we would look at the first question. Instead of saying 60 times 60, we would say 6 times 6, and then put these two zeros on the end. Now, you know my favourite times table is 6 times 6. 6 times 6 is 36. And if we put two zeros on the end, we get 3,600. We can now do 7 times 60. Now we know 7 times 6. 7 times 6 is 42. So we're going to do 7 times 6 is 42 with 1 0 on the end. So 42 will become 420. Okay, now we can move on to 60 times 3. Well, again, I know 6 times 3 is 18. I've got 1 0 here, so I can pop the 0 on. I've got 180. And finally, 7 times 3. 7 3s are 21. There are no zeros to add on, so it stays as 21. What we do next is we add these all up. So 420 and 3,600. 0 add 0 is 0. 0 add 2 is 2. 6 add 4 is 10. So we put the 1 there. And then 3, add that extra 1 is 4. 4,020. Move on to this side now. 0 add 1 is 1. 8 add 2 is 10. So again, we carry the 1 there. And then 1, add the extra 1 is 2. We've now got two numbers, 4,020 and 201. We now add those up, 4,020, add 201, making sure our columns are lined up. And we can add these. 0 add 1 is 1, 2 add 0 is 2, 0 add 2 is 2 again, and 4, with nothing left to add, is 4,221. And that is what we got right at the beginning. So that way does work, and it will work every time. However, it does take up a lot of time as well, and an entire whiteboard. So while it will work, it isn't the most efficient way we can do some of these questions. So let's have a look at it another way. Let's take it this way, 67 times 3 and 67 times 60. We've got the 60 and the 3, so we've still got 63. We're just breaking it into two different parts. Now, you looked at these earlier last week, so you're pretty good at this. So it should be quite straightforward. We take the bottom number, the 3, and we multiply it by every number at the top, starting with the units and moving across. So to start off, we'd do 3 times 7, and then we would do 3 times 6. 3 times 7 is 21, so we carry the 2 and put the 1 there. And 3 times 6 is 18, add the extra 2. 18 add 2 is 20. We could carry the 2 and put it there. There's nothing left to multiply though, so we can put the 2 there. Now 60 times 7 is a little bit trickier because it's a 2-digit number times a 2-digit number, but that should be okay because we know how to do these. If we take this, for instance, we know that 2 times 6 is 12, so 2 times 60 is going to be 12 with the 0 on the end, so it will be 120. We've done those before. So if we take 67 times 6, we can put a 0 on the end to make 67 times 60. So let's have a look at that. 6 times 7, well, 6 sevens are 42. We carry the 4 and we put the 2 there. 6 times 6, it's my favourite again, it's 36. 36 add 4, 37, 38, 39, 40. So we can put 40 in. So if 67 times 6 is 402, 67 times 60 is going to be 402 with the 0 on the end, 4020. Okay, that means we can go back to this card and we can say that we know that this is 4020. What we need to do now is add these up. So we can put 201 there, and we can put 4020 there, and we can add those together. Nothing add 1 is 1, nothing add 2 is 2, 2 add nothing is 2, and nothing add 4 is 4. So we get our 4021 again. That was what we got first time around. So again, that way will work. But once again, I've used a lot of time. It's taken me an entire whiteboard here. I used a second whiteboard there. So while it will work, it is not the most efficient method. This way is actually pretty good. 67 times 63. There's a lot to take in here, but if we break it down step by step, you'll see it's actually the same as what we've been doing in a just more efficient, neater form. All I need to do is think about my equals here. Now normally your equals would be 2 lines. However, this time we're going to do our first line here, then we're going to leave a gap twice. So we've got this very large equals, almost as if we could split it in 2. And then we're going to put another line at the bottom. Okay? Now, I'm going to start with the units again. I'm going to do 3 times 7. 3 times 7. And once I've done 3 times 7, I'm going to do 3 times 6. Okay? We've done these before. We did them last week. Let's have a look at 3 times 7. 3 sevens are 21. So we carry the 2 and we put the 1 there. Now we do 3 times 6. 3 times 6 is 18. 18 add the 2 is 20. So we put the 20 in there. 201. Now we multiply the 6, but this isn't a 6, it's a 60. And remember, when we're multiplying by 60, what we're going to do is multiply by 6 and put a 0 on the end. So I'm going to put the 0 in now. Sometimes this is called the magic 0 because you can put that 0 in right at the very beginning because you know it's always going to be there. So 60 times 7, well, 6 sevens are 42. So again, I put the 4 there and the 2 here. Notice the 4 is now in the hundreds column because 6 times 7 is 42, but 60 times 7 is 420 because we've got that 0 on the end. We'll now do 6 times 6. 6 times 6 is 36. Add the 4. 36 becomes 40. So we'll put the 4 there and the 0 there. I've now got my two numbers, 201 and 4020. I just need to add those up now. 0 add 1 is 1. 0 add 2 is 2. We've got a 2 again and 4 again. And there is my 4021. That's how you work it out. Let's try another question and see if we can work another question out in the same way. So here I have the next two questions that you're going to be looking at. 87 times 36 and 68 times 59. Let's have a look at the first one. 87 times 36. Once again, because it's a 2-digit number times a 2-digit number, I need to do that big equal sign. So I'm going to do a line, miss a line out, and then do another line. Then I can do my third line. Okay, so let's have a look at the units first of all. I've got 6 times 7 and 6 times 8. Well, 6 times 7 I know is 42, so I can put my 4 in there and a 2 there. I now do 6 times 8. 6 times 8 is 48. 48, add the 4, becomes 52. So 522. Now I'll move on to the the tens. So this isn't a 3, it's a 30, which means I can put the 0 in straight away, because whatever I'm timesing by 3, I put a 0 on the end of it to multiply it by 30. So 3 times 7 is 21. So the 2 will have to go there and the 1 there. And then 3 times 8 is 24. Add the 2. 24 add 2 is 26. And let's see if that adds up. So 2 add 0 is 2. 2 add 1 is 3. 6 and 5 is 11. So we'll carry the 1 and put the other 1 there. And 2 add the extra 1 is 3. So the answer should be 3,132. Let's see if the ancient technique of using an echo dot will work. Alexa, what is 87 times 36?
87 times 36 is 3,132.
Brilliant. It works. The ancient Greeks didn't use Alexa, they used a calculator. So, you know, different things for different people, I suppose. Let's have a look at the next one. We'll do our big equals again. Okay, let's do this one together. I'm going to ask you to think about what 9 times 8 is. You know the tricks for your 9 times tables. You know how you can use your fingers to work out anything in the 9 times tables. So 9 times 8. Have a think about what 9 times 8 is. If you thought it was 72, you'd be absolutely correct. 9 eighths are 72. So we put the 7 in here and the 2 there. Now we can go on to 9 sixes. Have a go at working out 9 times 6. If you've said 54, once again, you've got it right. But we're not going to write 54 because we've got a 7 that we need to add on. So 54 add 7. 61. So we can put the 6 there and the 1 there and cross the 7 out. Now, just remind me, what's the first thing I need to do when I'm multiplying by the 50? I hope you said put a 0 in, because that's the first thing we need to do every single time. It's really important that you get that 0 in. Okay, 8 times 5 then, 5 eighths. What's 5 eighths? I hope you said 40. We'll put the 40 in there. Now we'll do 5 times 6. 5 sixes. If you said 30, you got it right again. But are we going to write 30? Absolutely not. We need to add on the 4. So 30 becomes 34. Let's add those up and see what we get. So 2 add 0 is 2. 1 add 0, I'm sure you know that's 1. 6 add 4 is 10, so we carry the 1. And nothing add the 3, and the extra 1, of course, that's 4. So hopefully our answer will be 4,012. Let's double check it. Alexa, what is 68 times 59?
68 times 59 is 4,012.
Brilliant. So we've got those right, and you can see this is a much more efficient method. It's very easy to fit these all onto one page. That way we can move through all these questions a lot more quickly. Have a go at the rest of the questions. If you've got a calculator or anything that you can use to work out the answers, work out the answers first. Don't put pressure on yourselves. Get a calculator, find out what the answer is, write it down, and then think about the method that you need to use. If you lay out your method and you don't get the answer that the calculator gave you, you must have gone wrong somewhere, so have a look. Did you remember to put the 0 in? Did you multiply the 3 by the 6 by mistake? Make sure you've got the answer there with you to take the pressure off. You don't need to worry about working the answer out. What I'm looking for today is the method. If you can just lay out the question properly, that's what's most important. So have a go at these questions. Let me know how you get on, and I'll see you all soon.